Do you want to move into our second our third big
Our second
thing for
wind.
this
Our
episode?
second. We'll call it our second wind because
Yeah.
we're picking up from a topic that was less than
Yeah.
happy for us to talk about for anyone, to any fan of music. That's going to be a tough discussion whether you really feel like you're really close to his music or you're just more of a casual fan. But we're going to transition into something that's a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more discussion oriented, and we
Yeah.
there are some lists for you guys.
Yeah, it's a little more Mad Sounds kind of flavor.
Yes.
Less let's have a funeral.
More
and more let's dance.
More dick jokes.
There you go.
So, you guys, there have been many a year-end list over the last month and a half, depending on how unnecessarily early these publications are putting out their year-end lists. Like before Thanksgiving, like what the heck? You see best albums of the year, best hit singles, best songs, worst albums, worst hit songs. But an idea that I came up with a little help from John, and we decided that we're gonna make more obscure year-end lists. So I came up with 7 list topics and had each of us pick 3 to make top 5 lists out of. Of course, these are all being like songs that came out in 2015.
Wait,
It's
what?
a lot of numbers.
They all had to come out in 2015? The first time I'm hearing about this, I have songs on here from the 60s.
You put all of Ziggy Stardust just to be a kiss ass.
No, there's actually no Bowie, but I never heard any mention of this being a 2015 only list. I mean, I don't think there was 5 songs that I cried to in the shower from 2015.
That's why I made it a
wait,
joke.
wait.
That's why I made mine a joke.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yes, I'm being 100% serious.
I said these are year-end lists.
Never, I didn't even go to that many concerts in 2015.
We had multiple options. This is why you're leaving the podcast. Yep.
Well, maybe I should sit this out.
I don't know.
Well,
We'll see.
I mean, roll with it.
I mean, is it mostly 2015 stuff on your list?
Oh, none of it's 2015.
Oh.
I don't think a single thing on any of my lists happened in 2015. Oh, there was one of my best concert moments was in 2015, but that's 1 out of 15 items that I have listed.
John,
Well, then.
do you want to just be a duo from here on out?
I mean, no, I'd like to have like rotating people, but I mean, and
Okay.
as far as this topic goes, I mean, we could totally bounce off and have John do his as well.
Okay, we can roll with this, make it a little more variety, I guess.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Can I open with one of my lists just so we can see what we're talking about here? I mean,
fine.
at least I can redeem myself with my actual list. Okay.
Okay, so the one list here that only you did was best concert moments. Go ahead.
Can't start with that one, man. That one's too personal. It's too serious. Cannot open with that.
The rest of today has been rainbows and kittens.
Yeah, it's too personal, man. We got to do that one. We'll do it at some point, but I got to start off with my top 5 songs that I cry to in the shower.
Okay, well that was the one that both you and Johnny did, so I guess you guys can start off with that. John, go right ahead.
I want you guys to just let this sink in real quick. So I'm just gonna read throw a couple of titles at you real quick. So we got "Sorry" by Buck Cherry, "Photograph" by Nickelback, "Lips of an Angel" by Hinder, "Saying Sorry" by Hawthorne Heights, and we also have Rooftops by Lost Prophets.
Oh,
I hate
that's
everything.
my jam. Okay.
Yep.
For my list, I took a similar approach in the fact that it's comedic. For most of them, the first one was a song that legitimately got me teary-eyed throughout the year, and that's "No Reptiles" by Everything Everything.
Yeah.
As someone who suffers from depression, it's easy to get me crying sometimes.
Okay.
But the other one, "Grief" by Earl Sweatshirt, because I mean, I gotta be sad to some hip hop. I gotta cry to some beats.
That's right.
Why not cry to some Earl Sweatshirt?
I mean, I would have picked "You" by Kendrick Lamar for that.
Yeah. That's on my real list, Mark.
The other one was Spectre by Radiohead, because after hearing that, I was sad that they went with Sam Smith instead of Radiohead.
Good choice.
The other one is Sound of Silence, the cover of the Simon & Garfunkel song done by Disturbed. Because why? Why, God, why? Why did they butcher this amazing song? Ah! But then the last one was Pistol by Modest Mouse, because why? Why is a great band making shitty fucking song?
That one, I agree.
Now, I'm going to have some arguments there.
It's bad. It sounds like not Modest Mouse.
Come on, John. You at least gotta say it's a guilty pleasure.
No,
If you like it.
I don't believe
No. I mean, like, if you like it, you at least gotta qualify it if you like it. I don't know.
Oh, I like it. I don't have to give a single reason why I like that song. But you know what? I think I'm going to listen to it right now. No.
Hey, I'm in charge of the copyright material here, mister.
Okay.
I actually did make a legitimate list, though, if you're interested in.
Okay.
Okay. First on my list, I mentioned something coming from the 1960s. First on my list is Yesterday by the Beatles.
That's a good crying song. That's a good crying song.
Yeah.
It's just, it's one of those ones that's like, I'm getting older, shit,
Yeah.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Which is being very nicely followed through in today's day and age with Stressed Out. I'd like to think. By the way, we were going to talk about. I mentioned that because we were going to talk about briefly the fact that holy crap, 21 Pilots has a top 5 hit now.
Top 5, motherfuckers!
So much for this song will never be played on the radio, huh?
I mean, they woke up and they went and made money.
They built a rocket ship and they flew it all the way to the top of the charts.
To the bank. No, but I am excited, though. I'm very happy. I'm excited to see what else will cross over in 2016, Yeah.
Okay. Go. And what's the rest of your list?
Okay, so I've got Numb by the Airborne Toxic Event. I don't know how to describe the aesthetic of the song other than just, it's a good, maybe you're drinking in the shower song.
Yeah, you know what? I'd say that about sometime around midnight. That one gets me feeling some type of way.
Yeah, that one too. But Numb, I had to go for just because it was one of those songs that it's personal in a lot of ways. It maybe came out in a certain time in your life, so that way that one, even if technically sometime around midnight is a little bit more sad at heart, whenever you hear the song. But anyways, the next one I've got on here is Hate Me by Blue October.
I love that song.
Yeah, it's just a freaking killer song. It's probably in my top 50 songs of all time, I would say, just because I never suffered from addiction or anything like that, and that's what a lot of this song deals with, and just the ruptured relationships that occurred as a result of that. But it's something that you can see whenever if you have a tendency to self-destruct certain things in your life, you can see that yourself doing that. And whenever I listen to this song, I think about times whenever I've done that. So that's one that gives me the feels,
John, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you like their other single that came from that album, Into the Ocean? Because I personally like that song more than Hate Me.
I do really love it, but not more than Hate Me. I love that song.
Okay.
Fantastic song. I think Foiled is a strong album, but
I haven't heard the whole album ever.
Oh, okay.
I love those two songs.
Yeah, Into the Ocean is fantastic. I love the lyrics on that song. It's kind of like Hate Me was the anchor that was kind of weighing it down in terms of the emotions, but this one felt like things were bringing it back to the surface level. And even though there are some depressing aspects of that song, it seems at least a little bit more hopeful,
Hate me today.
I've never heard a note by this band.
Oh, you're
Wow.
missing out on some good sad rock.
I
bro.
thought you were gonna say "Hate Me" by Escape the Fate.
I meant like genuine sad rock, not
I cry because of how bad it is.
yeah.
I cried because that album came out on my birthday.
No.
He-
Damn, too soon. Speed of Sound, Coldplay, just because of my first ever girlfriend. I was like 14, 13 years old. And, we broke up, and that song was out, and I was really sad.
Nice.
And
Hey.
yeah, whatever gets you through, right?
Yeah.
And number 5, or number 1, however you want to look at it, Cancer by My Chemical Romance, because my mom is a breast cancer survivor.
Timely. It's timely for this episode.
You did a list of 5 songs that you can cry to. There is not one thing featuring Mr. York or the rest of the boys from England. Wow, that is a messed up thing, dude.
Oh, no. Well, the entire Kid A album, that's a good one to throw on. Listen to it in the hour.
Yeah, I have done that before. That is great.
So those are songs to cry alone to in the shower. We got both yours. Now let's go on to one that John, I believe you're going to be doing a separate video about this on 7 on Sunday.
Yes.
On Air TV.
Yes.
Songs that should have been hits. Johnny and I have both had these. So I have these ordered, and these are all from this year. So I had pretty strict rules for my songs that should have been hits list, just because there is so much to choose from. With one or maybe 2 exceptions, they all came out in 2015, or at least in the last 2 months of 2014. And I also cut off anything that crossed over 1 million views. And I even cut out anything that had another song on that album that was a hit. So these would all be like breakout songs from these albums or these artists.
Okay.
At number 5 was Stupid Games by Waters. This is a band that I talked about in my favorite albums of the year video. I really think they deserve to be more well known. And this is one of those songs that I feel like it does go into more of a straightforward pop vein. That could kind of, quote-unquote, like, capitalize on what Group Love did when they broke through a couple years ago. And it has, like, a really, like, cathartic, like, screw you kind of message to it that I think could be really universally relatable. And these aren't just songs that, like, oh, it'd be cool if, like, this was in the top 10. These are songs, like, I could actually see being hits for one reason or another.
Right.
I did the same thing with my list.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys did that. I really am, because, I mean, like, you hear people like, oh, I wish this song, like, I wish Radiohead could get a top 10 hit.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I wanted to put a ton of Michael Cronin songs, because his songs are really catchy, an artist like him would never fly in the top 20 in this day and age, even with, like, Hozier in there. So at number 4, kind of going along similar lines, it's a Lupe Fiasco song, and at first I was going to say Dots and Lines, but then I realized that Deliver would be more realistic, because it would kind of follow in, like, that nerve that Kendrick hit in 2015 with making these hip-hop songs that do have these great, like, upbeat sounds and catchy choruses, but also have really potent socio-political messages. And Deliver kind of does a similar thing as a song like All Right, but with a lot of, like, really good wordplay. And it's one of the songs on Tetsuo and Youth that doesn't fall into that thing of being so coded and intricate that it just stops being fun to listen to, and is more just a really smart, conscious hip hop song.
I liked Tetsuo and Youth for the exact opposite reason that you described. Cause that's why Aesop Rock is one of my favorite rappers. I like when rappers get really dense with their wordplay and stuff. And like, while I gave Tetsuo and Youth a 7 out of 10, but it's only because of a lot of those reasons. I wanted more from him, but he gave me a lot more than he's given me in recent years because he decided, I'm gonna get really cryptic with some shit. I'm gonna get some wordplay in there that's just really nice and cohesive and dense.
You know what it is for me? I think this kind of album is the epitome of something that is objectively incredible, but for me kind of fell short because there comes a point where there are so many different meanings to a line, but none of it comes across on the initial listen. And it got to the point when I was looking through the lyrics on Rap Genius where, like, on every line I would have to spend 2 minutes reading its own annotation on every single line. And I feel like at a point like that, music just stops being entertaining to listen to and just becomes homework.
Exactly. It's like you're doing research for a history project or something like that because you're having to dive into each little artifact that he's given you. And that's exactly what I told Mark whenever I was listening through that record. I think both of us were listening to it at the same time. And I didn't do a full review because it was just, I was like, I don't know if I can't at least if I can't at least understand or maybe get the exact meaning of at least some of the lines while I'm listening at surface level, then...
And I think that's exactly what a song like Deliver does so well, and like I said, that does have that kind of smart mind to it, but is still kind of universal in how it's delivered. No pun intended. No pun intended. I swear that was not intended. That was. At number 3, on the totally opposite side of the spectrum, is a song that we talked about, Johnny. Silver Sun Pickups, Circadian Rhythm, Last Dance.
Okay.
Nice. I love that song.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite song on Better Nature, only because it takes like the knack for great pop structure and hooks that Silver Sun Pickups have played with, and just mashes it all into one perfect 3-minute slice of like vintage style duet pop music.
Yeah, I was about to say, I love the fact that Nikki has vocals on that track.
Yeah.
It knocks it out of the park for me.
This just came to me now. If this song became a huge breakthrough hit, this could show the people who just blindly follow the charts what Meghan Trainor would sound like if she was good. Because it does throw back to like that older, like kinda 60s-ish style, but it's actually like well made.
And it's not just trying to be doo-woppy for the sake of being doo-woppy or something like that.
There's no kitsch to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2. So these two songs are more capitalizing on like the 80s revival that's been going on lately. Number 2 is Night Terrors of 1927. There are a lot of choices I could have gone with. When You Were Mine with Tegan and Sarah or Dust and Bones, but those came out in 2014. So I decided to go with a song that was a little more of a deep cut, but very well could be a single, Always Be One. This was basically them going in like a very Killers-ish like dance rock direction that I think could really work like alongside Shut Up and Dance or a song like that.
Yeah. I've only heard the song once, but I remember, like, from what you're saying, it definitely sounds pretty on point there. I mean, I could easily see that being another single from Night Terrors' album.
I haven't heard the song at all.
And at number 1, it's Born Cages, Don't Look Back.
Ah.
This is a song where it's not just that I say, why isn't this a hit? It's that whenever I look it up on YouTube, I'm surprised that it only has 50,000 views or something, because I have to remind myself that it wasn't a big crossover hit, because it just sounds like it would be. This kind of like anthemic 80s style arena rock pop single that's this perfectly constructed hasn't crossed over in one way or another.
Okay.
Haven't heard it, but it sounds.
Yeah, it sounds like a great song, Mark. I'm sorry I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, and plus, if this song crossed over, it would probably help bring back guitar solos.
Yes.
Okay.
Because one thing the Born Cages does to separate themselves from the other 80s rival stuff out there is, like, in some insane guitar solos they all find across the album. So, Johnny, you did this list too, right?
Yeah, I did songs that should have been hits. Welcome to the dork corner portion of it. So all of these, I did the same mindset, but I have a bit more of I have to kind of defend why this should be a hit.
Right.
So the first one, and I kind of ranked these 5 to 1, all of them ranking from least potential to most potential, but I feel like they should all still be hits for one reason or another. The first one at number 5 is Irony Utility Pretext by Algiers. When you can have someone like Kanye with singles off of Yeezus having these really noisy-ass beats, not talking about jack shit, you can have a band who combines mindset with some really socio-political lyricism and some really 80s throwback synths. It has everything 2015 had as far as pop music, but in a song. So it has the noisy shit like what Kendrick was doing in 2014. It has the socio-political shit that fucking Kendrick was doing. And it has 80s synths like all over this thing. It's like everything, and it's a great record. Algiers, I haven't put out the video, but they've seen my list. It was my favorite record of last year, and it just is an amazing record, and this probably would have been the breakthrough single for them had it been a hit.
You know, old Fantano, he sent me his review notes for that record.
Really?
Yes.
Well, he didn't give it that high of a score, so
Yeah.
he can go
You know.
wear my
Really
shirt.
now?
He gave it a 7, I think.
And I gave it a 10.
So he panned it.
At number 4, rolling with some bands, their one big hit is a cover song, and giving in with the 80s thing again. It's the Proto-Men's version of Total Eclipse of the Heart. I know it's not like a dancey song, but in a year where Europe's The Final Countdown being performed by them is in a Geico commercial, this band this band could have broken through with this amazing cover that, in my opinion, is better than the original. It's very faithful, but it has that Proto-Men touch that makes it just a little bit different, and it's a great cover. That's really all I had to say about that. At number 3 is this song called The Hit, which is a great title for a hit song, by this Canadian group, Tupperware Remix Party. This, while the band's name doesn't really have pop appeal, the song itself does. Again, it does what Daft Punk did, but makes it more 80s synth. A lot of this is 80s synth worship, if you couldn't tell.
I love 80s synth worship.
This combines like a lot of really upbeat, dance-driven. It's a love song too, so it has like a lot of things going for it that pop songs have, with an amazing vocalist, Danny Sexbang, a great representation of '80s glory as a vocalist. But it has this bridge where it's just total dance worship. Like they have like the Daft Punk vocoder that's like bop bop what bop what that would totally catch like listeners' ears if it was put into a mainstream spectrum. And the whole song is really paced really well, and it sounds like a pop hit, so it should be a pop hit. The next one was Ice to Never by the Black Queen, which is a Dillinger Escape Plan side project. But this is a again, it's an 80s dance sounding group. It's a synth pop group that sounds more akin to Depeche Mode, which, I mean, again, if we're going for this throwback sound, this totally just sounds like fucking late 80s, early 90s Depeche Mode. It's bleak, but it has a really energetic, upbeat to its rhythm section, and its chorus is just immense. It's a massive chorus that sounds totally up the veins of like the Donnie Darko crowd, but I feel like it has enough going for it as far as its melody, as far as its vocal delivery in the chorus, that could definitely make it a hit. But I could see why, I mean, obviously because it's a side project from a band that like nobody knows of. I mean, as far as the mainstream appeal goes, I don't know many people who know the Dillinger Escape Plan. I could see why it didn't catch on, but if it did, I could totally see it being played at not only like throwback hours for like pop songs, but like just dance clubs.
I couldn't help myself. I froze in all the doors. I didn't want you here, but the heart made me reach for yours.
And then number one, it could be anything from this album because I worship this album like it's heroin. But it's Distant Past by Everything Everything. This song, this goddamn song. Oh my god, like, it is so catchy. Its chorus, the whole album, again, is heroin, but this is like the finest cut of heroin that you could get in music, man. Like, its rhythm section is a little bit complex, but it's still really easy to follow along. The guitar line's catchy. The chorus is just so sing along with, just like. And his roots just take me to the distant past. I wanna go back. Like, it's just so catchy. It's so good. It's so sing along. This is like the most sing alongest song I've heard in a long time. The whole album is that way, but that song is like the epitome of it, guys.
What about Spring, Summer, Winter, Dread?
See, that song had to grow on me. Like, I like the song, but it's one that had to grow on me the more I listened to it. Now I love the song. I mean, I sing along to it all the time, but like Distant Past immediately hooked me. It has that same appeal that bands like Block Party did back in 2005, but it's a bit more progressed. And it's a proper step up from their sound, and it's still and it would fit in with that crowd, the whole naughties dance punk crowd with a lot of pop flair. I love Distant Past. I'm so pissed that they're not a thing in America, because god damn it, they should be.
Their album's not even on Spotify in America.
I know! It's a shame! I did something I don't like to do to get this album.
I had to do that too, Johnny, but it's coming out in February, so we're okay. We're both going to buy it in February, right?
Yes,
Okay.
abso-fucking-lutely.
By the way, that reminds me, and this is a total tangent that it's going to be pretty short, but I did kind of a mini Twitter rant about a month ago when I was catching up on a bunch of albums for December. I was trying to look for the Stripes' new album because they put one out in July, and we were actually talking about possibly covering it in our real life thing, Johnny, but it just hadn't come out in America yet. So I tried looking up on iTunes. Wasn't in the U.S. iTunes. I tried looking it up on YouTube. Wasn't streaming on there. Tried looking up on Spotify. Wasn't on there. I tried looking at a couple record stores. Wasn't in any. It's like, I'm convinced that the Stripes just do not want fans in America.
It could be. I mean, are they owned by a label? Are they like on a label?
I'm guessing.
It's all up to the label then. It's
Yeah.
all
Because that's why everything has no exposure over here. Sony is not promoting them because they're dicks.
Yeah.
I know, but I feel like it wouldn't cost them any extra money to put it
You'd be
on the US
surprised.
market.
Shipping of the physical copies, promoting it on iTunes or whatever else they want to do.
No, I mean even just putting it on the digital retailers, putting it on there as an option for people that search for it.
It's all in the legal paperwork there, unfortunately. I mean, that's why I tweeted yesterday that I was like, I can't wait until I can actually fucking legally buy a copy of an album that I've been listening to for months. Nothing But Thieves. You know, their album won't come out here till February, and it came out there in the UK in October or September or something.
So Get to Have It is coming out in February here.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Thank
That's what I've heard.
Thank
So.
God.
Okay, so let's move on to our next list.
Sorry,
that
took me so long.
No, it's fine. So let's just move on to one that just one of us did. John, you have a highest expectation reality difference in an album, good or bad.
Yes. Not going to go too into detail with this, but I've got 5 that just kind of came to mind while I was sitting here thinking about this over the past couple of days in my spare time. And from the perspective that I tackled it from, it was just kind of maybe I got a request to cover this album, or maybe I just decided to check it out on a whim or something like that, and then holy shit, I'm either floored or else holy shit, I'm kind of first of those being Vessel by 21 Pilots. Did not expect anything out of this record. I mean, I don't think I had heard a single song from 21 Pilots preceding checking out the record, and I'm listening through it, and I was like, these songs are fantastic. So
yeah, I heard Holding On To You, I think, and maybe Guns for Hands, but it's for some reason those weren't totally grabbing me at first, even though they're just really infectious pop songs. That's a whole other discussion. Discussion we just had. Whoops. But I mean, they're breaking through now, so
Yeah.
And I can't put Tear in My Heart on there since it was on the 100 for a week. But
3 weeks.
So something like that. I decided to listen to 21 Pilots because Robert DeLong was opening for them, and I'd gotten into Robert DeLong's first album. This was in late 2013, 10 months after Vessel came out. So I decided to listen to it maybe 2 weeks before that show, and I was like, wow, this first song, Otis Sleep's really good. Wow, this song's awesome. Wow, this song's awesome. And then by car radio, it's yep, this is in my top 10 albums of all time.
To think I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought, cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
By the 10th song, you knew that?
No, by car radio. It's done,
Oh, wow.
done.
What if the rest of it had just been trap remixes of 2 Chainz songs?
What if it was just Hot Fuss, where the first half's classics and the last half's whatever?
Hey, the second half of Hot Fuss is pretty solid.
Thank you. I mean, we've got
Pretty
songs like
solid.
On Top and
Yes.
fucking, what else? Andy, You're a Star? Come on.
I'm just
Come
saying
on,
that was poor sequencing.
Yeah, that was very poor sequencing, unlike what the Killers did on that record with their synthesizers. That was amazing sequencing.
Oh,
You're a funny man.
So next
all
up,
my drum fills are gonna be.
Okay.
So next up on my list, I have one that was just I had very high expectations for, and it just kind of dropped the ball. And that's The Midsummer Station by Owl City. I remember being really, really sad listening through the Shooting Star EP that came out a few months before Midsummer Station came out. And you've got songs like Shooting Star that sounded like a bad Calvin Harris ripoff, and you've got, and all your other lame pop songs.
Bombshell Blonde.
Yeah, which was a bonus track, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the
still,
fact they included it all.
Yeah, that was just hopping on the dubstep trend for the sake of hopping on the dubstep trend and making weird drug references that are totally out of character. But anyways, very strange album for me. I mean, I don't hate it. There's some great songs on there, but I was really excited for it after listening to my favorite Owl City album the year before, just a year before at that point, All Things Bright and Beautiful, and then this.
Yeah, all things. There's such a drastic difference there.
Yeah.
I mean, the one upside is that it doesn't look too bad compared to Mobile Orchestra, right?
Hey, you're damn right. Whew, that's another story.
At least Midsummer Station had more than 2.5 good songs.
Yeah.
Fill the darkest night with a brilliant light, 'cause it's time for you to shine brighter than a shooting star. So shine no matter where you are tonight.
I know nothing about Owl City.
I know nothing about Blue October, so we're even.
There you go.
Oh,
I mean, I've heard some songs by Mr. City.
If that's your real name.
Like I like the the fun song he did with Carly Rae Jepsen. I thought that was solid.
Oh God, you like that song?
That was one of the worst.
Oh my God, that song is awful.
It was alright. I mean, I've always viewed him as like a weird offshoot of the Postal Service, and if I want to listen to the Postal Service, I'll just listen to them.
Yeah,
when have you ever heard Postal Service do a song like "Good Time"?
They did. It was called "Everything's a Ceiling."
Oh.
I see what you're doing there. Wow. So number 3 on my list, a band that I don't know if either of you guys are into, Alter Bridge.
I dig Alter Bridge. I flow with some from AB.
I haven't gotten into the Three Fourths Creed band. I heard they're good.
Hey, Miles Kennedy too.
I think they're alright.
One of my favorite like hard rock singers like out there currently, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The album that in question here is Fortress, their most recent one, and I had listened to their first 2 albums. You know, they had hits like Isolation, and it was just kind of like, kind of like, okay, some of this is good, some of it's not. One of my friends at the time, when I was just getting into music, gave me their first album on CD, and I was like, okay, good enough. Forgot about them for a while, and then got a bunch of requests, and I saw a ton of reviews, like on Metacritic and stuff. It's actually got a universal acclaim rating on Metacritic, and I was just kind of like, well, holy shit, okay, maybe I need to get into this. And I check out Fortress, and from the first song, instantly blown away just by like how the combination of sounds and everything that I'm getting. It's hard rock, but it's very melodic, and there's a lot going on, and I like that they can bring in these softer parts and mix it in and infuse it together, and they don't just stick to your standard like 3 to 4 minute radio rock songs. They got like 6-minute songs, 5-minute songs, some shorter ones, and I don't know, as a whole, it just kind of blew me away. Not in all departments, like the lyrics could be better for sure, but musically, that is a top-notch record.
Okay, nice. And your number 2?
These are. I don't want people to think that these are super specifically ordered, but this next one, Madonna's self-titled record, coming from someone about 5 years ago, the first time I checked it out. It was at a relative's house. I found the CD just kind of like laying around, and I think it was like a family reunion or something, and I kind of like popped it in, and I was just kind of like, I was like, okay, I've heard Madonna, like her name so many times, and unfortunately all I had heard was like Hard Candy, and I think the record that came after that, so her like weird 2000s jumping on trends phase stuff.
Okay.
Gravel Heart.
Yeah.
I'm Madonna.
We're not. Let's remember good times, guys. The 1983. Who else?
I love that show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I see what you did there. We watched an episode of it in English class to talk about race relations.
Yep.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
The Lucky Star. Think of me. Everybody. Physical attraction.
Yes. Burning up. Yeah. Somebody has the track list in front of them, apparently. No.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And your number one?
Number 1, Disgusting by Beartooth.
Okay.
Who?
Okay.
What?
I like that.
Ooh, what?
Okay, listen, Johnny. It's the guy from Attack Attack.
Yeah, because
Oh.
because holy shit, I did not like Attack Attack, and I keep saying holy shit a lot. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I don't know if you have a language limit. I don't.
Nah, I'm too lazy to bleep.
If we did, I totally broke that during my rant about stuff.
Yeah, Johnny went off the fucking rails. Oops, there I go again. Disgusting by Beartooth was just one that, obviously I'd heard some Attack Attack songs, and I could not stand them. I heard, like, Stick Stickly. That was one of my friend's profile songs on MySpace for a while.
Oh.
And every time I would go to his page, I would want to leave instantly. But
Wait, which Attack Attack?
Attack.
There's two
Yeah, there is a UK one. This is the US. Like, we tour on Vans Warped Tour every year, and we're very seen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the one,
Not
my ex
UK
liked.
Attack
There
Attack.
are 2 Attack Attacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a US one and a UK one. One's like a pop punk band, and the other one's like a scene metal.
That's still 2 Attack Attacks too many.
My ex liked the scene metal one, and
Oh, no.
They're an X for a reason.
Johnny. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what did it. that was the nail in the coffin.
pretty much.
Yeah, so you listen to Attack Attack, it's over.
Yeah.
I found the CD.
Yeah, elitism.
Yeah.
So Beartooth.
Yeah, didn't expect it. Really, requested it. Like, I have a lot of viewers that like really keep up with the alt press scene, and I just figured this. I chalked it up to this being another release that it would just not be forgotten within a couple of weeks' time. But I put it on, and by the time I got to like Beaten in Lips and stuff like that, I mean, like, the lyrics are a little cheesy sometimes, and they're but they don't feel try hard, like, in their motivation and that sort of thing. And a lot of the vocals, I like what Caleb Shomo does with his voice now, and I know they suck live. I've seen videos, and like, I've had people tell me that they suck live, but I don't know. This album really caught me by surprise.
Well, now I feel slightly less bad for not catching them on Warped, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
But I never got around to that album, but I feel like I would really like it just because songs like you said, Beaten in Lips, and I Have a Problem.
I Have a Problem.
That's a really, like, that one's like in your face with this is some serious bleep,
Like, I'm going through some bleep right now.
Now, here is my question. Where is Tell Me I'm Pretty?
It is non-existent, Mark, because I put that on too many lists in the past couple of weeks.
Fair enough.
My problem is I tried to do that list that John just ran down, but again, I was fitting in the confines of this year. So I was like, I was having issues because like every album I went into, I was either like, okay, this person who recommended it to me, they get me, so I think I'm gonna like this, and it was like, okay, yeah, I love this, or like, okay, I'm listening to the new Hillary Duff album. I don't expect anything of this, but I'm gonna listen to
Expectations
it.
through the roof. I heard this is what dreams are made of. Now, what's
Yeah.
next?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly my expectations were pretty much met with every album I listened to. I mean, some of them were like I was hoping for a lot and I got a lot, but like more than I thought, but not like a contrast. I wasn't like this is gonna suck. Oh my god.
I think it's more of like a neutral to holy crap or like fairly positive to no. Let's go with the next negative one, just to segue it well. Most awkward artist genre change-ups. I had to make this its own separate category for this year because there were so many.
I was confused as to what you meant by that because I was like,
it's like an artist like trying something new and like
okay.
it not working at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like preface this by saying that you guys know me. I don't like to box an artist in to just doing one thing. I mean, we were just talking about David Bowie doing the exact opposite. But these people should are not
They
David
should
Bowie.
stick to their day job.
Yeah, or just like do nostalgia circuits off to the first album. I don't know. So at number 5, Modest Mouse, Wicked Campaign.
Oh, so you did songs. You didn't do like albums.
Oh yeah, these are songs. I felt like it was easier that way. So no, Pistol's not a genre. It's just crap.
This is bad.
I liked Strangers to Ourselves for the most part. I liked it. I thought it was solid. Definitely liked it more than a lot of people, I think. And I still like this song just because it's well written. But I'll put it like this: if Brandon Flowers sung this song, it would be awesome. They just decided to stick this 80s pop song in the middle of their album with like these sweeping synthesizers and drum machine kicks with like Isaac Brock like trying to sound smooth and like not failing because like he's still like warbling on the lines where it doesn't work. It's just weird, and I still like the song, but whenever it comes on my shuffle, I can't help but just kind of chuckle a little when I'm listening to it.
Well, I just found the fence where I'm going to lean. Take my hand, cut your thigh, and rub my eyeglasses clean. I'm not dead, but I'm misplaced the will. Well, this smile like it's $100 bill.
These next four songs are not quite as forgiving about. We were just talking about him, Owl City, featuring Jake Owen, Back Home.
Can we not talk about? That was a very dark time in my life, Mark.
On this song, Adam Young goes bro country. It felt like on this album, and this is something I didn't realize until after I did my worst albums of the year list. The problem with this album is that every song he was chasing a different trend. Like one song he was chasing the generic EDM, one song he was trying to capitalize on graduation, one song he was trying to cash in on the Christian rock market, and this song he's trying to get a country hit with Jake Owen.
What if he had a number one on every single one of those charts, though? Like Jake Owen and Owl City tearing up the hot country charts.
Yeah.
Then all hope is lost, John.
Saying goodbye to the skyline. Hello to the sweet pines. Gonna see you late, street lights. I'm headed back to tree line.
Okay, number 3 is one that I reviewed and no one else did because no one cared. Grace Potter, Hot to the Touch. The album where, I guess, former Nocturnals frontwoman, because I guess the Nocturnals aren't a thing anymore. This time around, she went total, like, early 2000s, like, Britney, Christina pop, and her voice does not fit trying to sing these, like, cooing, sex, love, like, pop songs. It's this decade's equivalent, possibly, of Gwen Stefani.
I like some of Gwen Stefani's solo songs, though.
Yeah, and there were a couple good songs on the album, which is why I just missed my worst albums of the year video. I mean, it's not totally intolerable. That's saved for the number 1 spot.
Is it Pistol? Because that song was terrible.
No. Again, that's not a genre. That's just crap. I was going to mention it later, but for all these lists, I have a strict one artist per. Like, it's the same reason why I didn't have Robert DeLong or Big Data on songs should have been hits.
Got you.
Number 2, we have Coldplay with X Marks the Spot.
Ha! So I put my hands up.
My heart go ba-boom, ba-boom, boom.
Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, boom.
See, I haven't listened to a Coldplay album in God knows how long.
Yeah, this is one that John and I really disagree on. Not this song, but most of the album.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree on this song, though.
And the only reason why I didn't put him for the weekend in this spot is because I knew you would leave the podcast early if I did.
I really would. I genuinely would.
Trust me, Johnny, that is like the most forced song of the year in 2015.
So I put my hands up.
Yeah. You were expecting us to sing along?
Yes, I was. I mean,
haven't heard the song, so.
Okay, so basically, X Marks the Spot is a song where they try to sound trap in 808,
Nice! That sounds amazing!
Dude,
Hey guys, so I couldn't find any X Marks the Spot footage on YouTube, I guess because no one really wanted to upload it. So here's some crappy live footage of him for the weekend.
Coldplay going trap is the best thing that's happened to the world of music since 2 Chainz and Fergie made a song together.
They
Called
made a
Netflix.
song together?
Called Netflix.
Oh my
What?
god.
Yeah, it's all
Oh
about.
yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, it was the one where 2 Chainz got confused about the fact that Netflix isn't YouTube and it doesn't currently have a Netflix or an upload feature like YouTube does, because the whole song revolves around them making a porno and putting it on Netflix.
Were they prophets of the whole Netflix and chill thing?
I mean, I don't want to give them that much credit, but maybe. Or if
And
you're Nicki Minaj, Netflix and Beats pill.
nice, nice shots fired.
Product placement.
Gold star. Okay, and at number 1, no surprise to anyone, Kid Cudi.
Ah,
You could put any song from that album, but I just put
See-
confusion. But I just put confusion because it's the
Confused.
single. It's the single. Confused. See that's how much I want to forget it. I wrote it down wrong.
No, okay, so here's the thing though. He's tried rock before, so it's not that much of a change up.
Yeah, I mean, true, but here's the thing for me. I haven't listened to anything from his last album. I heard one song from Indica, and it was horrible, but it didn't sound anything like Speed Bolt and stuff. How I listened to this, and I talk about this in my worst albums video, is that I listened to Man on the Moon 1 for the first time, and went from that straight into Speed Bolt Heaven.
Oh god.
I know.
I mean,
Just
Ugh.
because I want to be able to fully see where the fans are coming from.
but no, okay, as a fan of Man on the Moon 1 and 2, I will defend those records.
Oh yeah,
They're solid.
Yeah, Man on the Moon's a good. It's a good album.
and I will defend Indie Code all day.
Eh.
The song where he samples Farge on Misty badly.
Kendrick had a pretty decent verse on that album, though.
You throw Kendrick in anything, I'll listen to it. So
Yeah, but even the song he did with Robin Thicke.
I did
haven't
not
listened to that.
I have not listened to that. I think me and Johnny have standards.
Yeah.
As you should. Yeah, that's the kind of selling out that he was making fun of in Wesley's Theory.
Yeah.
And then he does Bad Blood with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Hey, he did a great job on it.
Did he?
Hey, we've debated this on every single episode since
Well,
that
we're
song
gonna give
came
it
out.
one more go.
We're giving the fans what they're giving. We're giving fan callbacks.
Yeah.
That.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, Kid Cudi. I've talked about this album to death, but
It's
Okay.
It's pretty shit, man.
so John, you have best concert moment.
I will sum it up with one, due to time. I was flashed at an all-time low concert.
Nice, bruh. Nice. Up top.
Fucking choice, bro.
Top 10 flash moments of all-time low concerts 2015. No, actually, I'm going to give you a real legitimate one that I have actually written down. That did happen, but I will give you my number one. And that was at Bonnaroo 2012. This dude at the Childish Gambino concert, he was holding up a sign that said, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's some bath salts. Your face looks tasty." Bonnaroo in general was fucking fantastic, though.
I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I'd
I got to
imagine.
see like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Beach Boys, you know, like the classics, and then like the new stuff, like Fun, Group Love, which is my favorite show of the entire weekend because they just blew the roof off the place.
I would just love to go to one of those like weekend-long festivals. The closest thing I've done is Warped Tour, but in terms of like all-day things. But even then, you know, it's
You guys
it's,
should both meet up
yeah.
with me in Tennessee at Bonnaroo this summer.
only if you pay for my ticket.
No, I'll pay for Johnny's.
Okay.
Look, man. I already took a crappy summer job to visit you once.
Dude, just take 2 this summer.
So I'll just go best features and collaborations.
Okay.
So at number 5 is Beck on Nate Ruiss's "What This World Is Coming To." I don't really have too much to say about it. It's just like a really good like acoustic pop ballad thing, which we don't really see Beck on that often. And I think working with Nate Ruiss really helped him fit into that naturally.
All your late nights came to life and then died upon just one dislike. Never mind all the people that you move, but I guess that's what this world is coming to.
Next, the number 4 was MNDR on Robert DeLong's "Born to Break." This is the one that I have Robert DeLong on. Big, like passionate electro pop ballad that has kind of a despair to it that I think MNDR really portrays really well.
Feels like I was born to break your heart. It's in the cards. Seems like you knew it from the start. It's in the cards.
And number 3, this is where I saved Big Data for, Clean with Jamie Lydell, whose performance is probably my favorite on that whole album, which was my album of the year for 2015. He just sounds so like soulful as he's talking about getting taken over by this shadowy organization in this song, and I think that it really epitomized a lot of what Big Data's stuff does best on that album. Number 2, bring up Nate Ruiss again, but this time he's the guest on Brian Wilson's Saturday Night. I was thinking about putting this on the songs that should have been hits. It really could have been like a comeback hit for Brian Wilson, but whatever. Is just like a really well put together, like kind of classic styled pop song about just having a good time that I think just is so infectious.
Saturday night on Hollywood Boulevard, hanging around with nothing to do. Saturday night, I'm just where I wanna be, spending my time here with you.
And number 1 is Chance the Rapper on Action Bronson's "Baby Blue."
Yes!
Nice.
His verse stole that track.
I want to go look at the lyrics just so I can
I hope you get a paper cut.
recite. No. Let me say the whole thing. I want
I
to
could
say.
have done it, but okay.
No, I don't want to risk getting a word wrong.
Oh, okay.
Let Johnny.
Okay.
No, it's cool. He can do it. He can do it.
Okay. You know what? Why don't you say it, and I'll stop you when you get something wrong.
Oh.
Okay.
We got a test.
I hope you get a paper cut on your tongue from a hole in a paper cup.
I hope you get a paper cut on your tongue from a razor in a paper cup. I hope every soda you drank already shaken up. I hope your dreams dry like raisins in the baking sun. I hope your titties all saggy in your early 20s. I hope it's always snow in your driveway. I hope you never get off Fridays and you work at a Fridays that's always busy on Fridays. I hope you win the lottery and lose your ticket. I hope it's Ben and Socrates poop all up in your kitchen. I hope the zipper on your jacket gets stuck and your headphones short and your charger don't work and you spill shit on your shirt. I hope your tears don't hurt and I can smile in your face. Cause my loss is how Delilah changed my locks to a fade. I hope you happy. I hope you happy. I hope you ruin this shit for a reason. I hope you happy.
Aye.
See, I think that's where I thought I would have messed up, because that change my locks to a fade line always trips me up when I'm singing along to it.
Yeah, because that's when it actually gets kind of deep. And it's not so much the verse itself, but it's more how Chance delivers it. Because
I think it's both.
Yeah, I mean, I know both, but I think that's what really seals it for me. Because like Action Bronson goes full force in the song, like just yelling as Action Bronson does for the rest of the song, which is perfectly good. But then Chance the Rapper contrasts that so much with just the "I hope you get a paper cut on your tongue," and then just like is totally dry sense of humor that I can't get enough of on that verse.
I still cannot get into Action Bronson. That's the only Action Bronson song I've heard. And that's because I heard Chance's verse and I was like, I gotta find this full song. And yeah, I cannot get past the Ghostface. I cannot do it. I cannot not hear Ghostface Killer when I listen to him, and it's so.
I guess it's because I've never gotten into Ghostface stuff yet, so maybe
Wu-Tang's one of my favorite hip hop groups.
Yeah, that explains it. So I can see that being kind of an obstacle, but I mean, if you listen to a song like Easy Rider or Acting Crazy, or there's a song called Brand New Car on it that has a Billy Joel sample. That's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but also really cool. And Johnny, I'll let you finish this out with albums I hate that I missed in 2015.
All right.
So there's a lot of albums I missed this year, but there were some that I hated that I missed more than others. One of them being Iron Maiden's Book of Souls. I'm a huge Maiden fan.
Yeah. You gotta listen to that at some point, because
it's a shame that I missed
it's
that.
not enough great material for 2 discs. I'll admit, it's still enough great material for like at least an hour.
Totally. And I mean, like, I like, from what I've heard, because people who know how much I like Maiden told me to get this album a chance. They didn't think I was going to love it, but that I was going to like it a lot. And that's all I really want from Maiden nowadays.
Yeah. Now, have you heard anything from it? Have you heard anything from it?
I've heard nothing from it. I'm good at keeping
if you listen to 2 songs from it, make it Tears of a Clown, which is the shortest song on the album. It's a tribute to Robin Williams, and it's probably the most straightforward rock song on. I think that, John, that's probably the song you probably get the most into.
I've heard that song.
Okay, cool. And the last song on it, Empire of the Clouds, is like easily my top 5 songs of 2015. That is just a total masterwork. It's 18 minutes long, tells this really compelling story of like a plane crash in, I believe, World War I.
And that's what I want from Maiden, compelling storytelling.
Yeah, and it's like the first Maiden song to have piano in it, but it really works, and like there's all these kind of string swells throughout it. It's a crazy song, but.
And given that I listened to other power metal records this year, I'm amazed I didn't check out the Maiden record, but yeah.
Tomorrow comes, tomorrow goes, but the cloud remains the same. Wonder why he's feeling down. Tears of a cloud. Maybe it's all just for the best. Lay his weary head to rest. Was forever feeling drowned. Tears of a cloud.
Another one that you guys both kind of talked about a lot that I just didn't give a chance was the Father John Misty record, I Love You, Honey Bear.
I'm surprised you didn't listen to that one.
Yeah.
There's others that I didn't put on this list. Like the new Corny Barnett, I didn't listen to that.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of stuff that came out last year that I just glazed over.
She says like literally, music is the air she breathes, and the malaprops make me wanna fucking scream.
The new Tame Impala record, Currents. I mean, not just because of John's glaring praise he gave to it. Yeah, but like I've seen various sources giving it praise and like giving it like high regards, and I've never listened to the groups. I mean, I figured it'd be a good jump on point, and there was other records that I loved this year that were the same, a good jump on point to an independent artist. That's just one I missed.
Yeah, I'm the same for that one. Even despite when I interviewed my album of the year artist, Big Data, he insisted that I go home that night and listen to it. I still didn't.
Oh man, dude! He might hear that. He might hear this podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, he seems cool. He probably would.
Yeah.
Hey, Alan.
The next one I kind of wanted to get into because it was such a divisive album between its fans that I had seen, and that's the new Grimes album, Angels. I saw people either loved it or hated it, and I wanted to know where I sat in those camps because I dig Grimes. I wouldn't say I love her stuff, but when she's great, I think she's fantastic. So I would love to see where I sat with this record. One that I saw John praise a lot in his albums of the year, and since I do like this band, I was wanting to see if I was gonna like this new record. And that's the new Battles album.
Ah, yes.
But the difference between you and me, John, is that I actually loved Gloss Drop, so I don't know if I would have liked this as much.
Now, how did you feel about their debut?
I think it's great.
Yeah, same here. We're on the same page there. Glass Drop just doesn't do it for me, though. I don't know why. It's just...
Now it's interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything from that first album, but I like a couple. What I've heard from Gloss Drop, I believe. I mean, it was two of the songs with features, "Ice Cream" and the one with Gary Newman.
Yeah. I like Ice Cream.
I'm starting to wonder if I should just separate this into two different videos, just because we ran a while on John leaving the podcast and the Bowie thing, and then a long time on the list. Spoiler alert! Right after this, we're going to be recording another video, sort of in celebration of like ending John's run here on a high note. We're going to be playing a game of Cards Against Humanity.
Yes.
On the online version, which I'm super excited for.
I'm excited too.
So I think that I might split this into 3 parts just to make it a nice odd number.
Release like one part a week or something like that.
I might put it out like a day each. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna put like a little to be continued screen on the last part, or just like a click here. If you guys want to download this episode, there's a link in the description to do that. I probably should have said that at the beginning, but whatever.
Thank you for being a part of this podcast, John. I really have appreciated getting to know you as a friend.
Yeah, dude, definitely.
Because I kind of introduced you guys to this, right?
Yeah. Yes. I did not know. Well, I knew who you were, Johnny, just because Mark had collaborated with you several times and he had poured out your videos to me. But good friend alert. No, but yeah, it's been. I knew Mark obviously before this, but me and Johnny, like, I feel like we're on like the same page on a lot of stuff. It's been fun chatting with you, and of course you as well, Mark. We've continued our chats into more of like a, like a 3-way chat instead of just a one-on-one, and I think that's brought a lot of fun times to the table. A lot of, good discussions, I'll say. So thank you for having me as co-host, Mark.
It's great having you on here. Come again sometime,
I promised you those visits this year. You can cash those in at some point.
Yeah, maybe it could be like a SourceFed type thing, or like a Saturday Night Live type thing, or like come back to host, whenever a former cast member leaves.
You'll be the Alec Baldwin of this podcast.
Yes.
No, or who knows? Maybe it'll be Chris Kattan. I don't know.
Maybe no.
I hope not.
Maybe this was my Donnie Darko, and I'm Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay, and someday you'll do your
Prince of Persia.
Yes.
We're going to Johnny and I. We're either going to keep it as the two of us, or maybe bring on a third person every episode just to see if something sticks. I got a couple people in mind. We'll see what happens. So until then, we'll see you on the next episode of Mad Sounds. You know what, John? This is the last episode with you. Do you want us to come up with the sign off finally?
Yeah. You're listening to the hot ear pleasures of Mad Sounds.
Ear pleasures. That should be the name of the podcast.
Ear pleasures. I like Mad Sounds because we're not normal.
Ear pleasures.
That'll be the name of this episode.
Your pleasures with Mark and Johnny. Wear protection.